Well, we're doing Watercolour, a thickened gouache by Count Amadeo Preziosi, who was born in Malta, who went to live in Turkey, travelled around Albania, Romania and the area, and churned out lots and lots of lovely pictures, some small, some large. Half of them signed, half of them are unsigned. Of the ones he signed, half of those are dated with the 2 digits of the year. He didn't bother with the 18 usually. Sometimes he signed with a P only, with no date. So you have the signed ones, you have the unsigned ones. Of the signed ones, some are dated. The other thing about this artist is he used tinted paper, and if you take a Preziosi like this one and take out the frame and turn it round, the back is the same colour as the unpainted parts. It's not a yellowed, faded watercolour. And on this occasion, the picture is more of a study than a portrayal of a real, literal scene. So, for example, he's taken the headstart with the manila, which is the colour of the paper, which might have faded slightly or changed colour slightly because it's older, but fundamentally it was this colour. He's used the gouache, and he's used half a dozen colours. He's used a pink, a red, a blue, green, yellow or gold, and white. So he's painted part of the picture only, part of the paper. So he's probably only actually painted 30% of the paper. And then you have the pencil work, backwards and forwards, scrubbing off a pencil, which accounts for another maybe 20%. So it's a study. He's highlighted with his favourite colours. These are his favourite colours, the foreground. And he's put the figure in the background, he's left it in pencil only to make it look like perspective. It's not perspective, but it looks like perspective. So the rifle or musket has some gold trim and blue trim. The sabre, I think they're called a tulwar, is got gold on it. You have Albanian or Romanian or Turkish characters with pistols. I think that's a bag of pistols, 3. Are they militia? Are they soldiers? I don't know what they are. Smoking a pipe. So it's lovely, lovely scene. Really long pipe. The idea of a long pipe is it cools the smoke down. In England, you had also long pipes. 100 years ago, 200 years ago, they were clay. The idea was to make the smoke cold. So that's what's going on there. Are they glorified shepherds looking after their land, looking after their flock? Are they local militia? Are they bandits? I don't know. Someone will know. And it's in a very nice frame. I don't like wide margins, but on this occasion I'll make an exception. This is a mega wide margin, and I think that this is the original frame. The backboard, I believe, is not plywood. I haven't had it out of the frame. I think it is actually cut wood. And I believe the frame is a Victorian frame. I believe the frame is a Belle Epoque frame, because this decoration is not Art Nouveau. And I don't think it is 20th century. I think that it's Belle Epoque. And I think that because people think Belle Epoque is like Art Nouveau, whereas really it's a sort of forerunner to Art Nouveau. People think it's much later. Some people think it's 1920s or even 1890s, but Belle Epoque is 1870, 1880. So I think this is probably 1870, 1880. And I think that this is a signed one, Preziosi, apostrophe 55. So I guess this was painted in 1855 and maybe sat around for 10 or 20 years in folio or in a perhaps a dealer's shop, or maybe someone was given it as a gift. I don't know where it was. It might have been bought by a visitor or traveller to Turkey. I believe this artist had a studio where he would sell pictures. In fact, there is quite a lot of information about that. And it would have gone back to England or to France or to Malta very possibly, and it was framed. I think less likely to be framed in Malta. I think this is framed in Paris or England. And even though it may have been framed in England they would have had French spec frames. I think it is gold leaf on gesso with a shellac, which has made the gold leaf not shiny. Originally it would have been brighter. So we have this card, which is sun damage, sun spots, and I guess the back's been taken off to clean the glass and to inspect the rear of the watercolour. The dealers like to see if there's attributions about where it's painted or who the characters are. I haven't looked, but I suspect the back is just a plain piece of card. So we have this lovely frame. We have this beautiful original watercolour. It's quite a big one. It's not one of the small ones. We have got some other ones and they are smaller. We've got 4 other ones at the moment. And this one is the most sort of complete in terms of frame, mount and backboard and picture and signature and date. It's got integrity. The whole thing is there. Everything you want is there, and it's colourful. If you look at on the internet of his entire output, you'll see that he uses these pinks and reds and green and blue and yellow to a degree. You'll see the same colour used awful lot, and that's reassuring. So this was a painting he completed. It's a study of a social scene. It's for sale in Malta. It's on our website with some very good photographs. Thanks for looking.